Hey, what it do, y'all? It's your boy E2 Blue coming back at you again. I know I'm not centered in the video, but that's for a reason. Um, but just bear with me. Victory Monday. Dallas Cowboys get the win. They obliterate the Washington Commanders 44-22. Now, unfortunately for Washington, Jaden Daniels got hurt in the third quarter. I really hope he's okay. I like the young kid. I think he's a good quarterback. I just don't want him. I don't. He's been having injuries like knee and leg injuries, and in this game, he hurt his hamstring on the tackle when he fumbled the ball. When we got it back, when Jadeveon Clowney recovered it, I think Odighi Zua I think tackled him, and I guess he pulled his hamstring. I hope he's okay. I really, for his sake and for Washington's sake, I really hope that, and as a person in general, like, you don't want to see people injured, right? You don't say, oh yeah, he's injured. No, you don't do that. I know that they're a rival team, but I like the young kid. He's got a good head on his shoulders too, man. Jaden Daniels, man, like, I just hope that his career doesn't end up like RG3, where like he keeps getting these knee and leg and ankle and injuries and stuff like that, these lower body injuries. Like, I know it's football and that's what happens when you're a dual threat quarterback, but I just pray that he's going to be okay and that he still has a long career. But I said this injury is a hamstring. I don't know. I'm not in their locker room, so I don't know, what the severity of his hamstring injury is. But I hope he's okay. On the other end of the spectrum, Dallas Cowboys won this game because they played well in all three phases of football: offense, defense, and special teams. Everybody did their job. Brandon Aubrey still kicking them still launching them 60-plussers. Love it. CeeDee Lamb coming in with 116 yards and a touchdown on his first game back from being injured. George Pickens himself had, I think 80-something yards, 70-something yards? Because I have them both in fantasy. So, I balled out this week. Jake Ferguson, 2 touchdowns. Javonte Williams with his 1 touchdown and his 116 yards, I think he had, rushing 110, somewhere around there. But yeah, I tell people all the time that this is what Dak needed. Dak needed another wide receiver that was close to the level of CeeDee Lamb. Somebody that will take the brunt off of CeeDee Lamb, so CeeDee Lamb is not always bracketed, and we can't, it's all about your players stepping up, right? Because if your number one is being bracketed and they're shutting him down and he's not getting what he can, there's got to be somebody else that comes out there that the team needs, that the opposing team needs to pay attention to, right? So you got him, you got Pickens, you got Turpin, you got Flournoy, you got I know everybody gives Tober shit, but Tober and they just activated Mingo off of the IR list. So who's in that wide receiver core? He's gonna take his spot. Probably Tober, but whatever. It is what it is. I know Tober's on his last year of his contract. Mingo still has another year, so they're not getting rid of Mingo. They need to hurry up and sign Pickens because I want to see this tandem for a couple of more years. I definitely want to see that. Now, not only that, but Javonte Williams, the addition of Javonte Williams on this team definitely helps the Dallas Cowboys because we needed that running game. Because with Mike McCarthy, the offense was run up the field, turn around, run up the field, turn around, run up the field, turn around. And maybe it's like when the running game for him was like, here. It was like that. It's like when you stingy and you don't want to give nobody your candy, and you got some gummy worms and you don't want to give nobody your gummy worms, and you just grab 2 out the box. Or like this Jolly Rancher right here. You be like, here. Like, that's what Mike McCarthy was. That's what Mike McCarthy was. Mike McCarthy was that guy that was like, took the piece of candy, was like, yeah. Get out my face. Yeah. Take it. You know what I'm saying? That's how the running game was before. And that's why it faltered. Everybody kept saying, oh, Zeke sucks. No, we just ain't running this offense right. They was like, oh, Rico Dowdle sucks. So look what he doing in Carolina right now. You see what happens when you go to a team that knows what they doing with the running game? Thank God for Brian Schottenheimer and Clayton Adams and Connor Riley. These three guys on offense are doing the damn thing. Your coach is out here coaching. Your coordinator is out here coordinating. Your offensive line coach is coaching. And they are getting this running game and this offensive line cohesion thing together. They're getting it done. And that's the bottom line. And that's what you want for your team. You want to see it get done. Javonte Williams is on a 1-year contract. What are they going to do with that? They're going to have to re-sign him to. To what? I don't know. But you got to get him and Pickens re-signed. You got to do that. And I think they need to get... And I thought that Miles Sanders was getting better before his injury. I did like that 1-2 punch. But you got to find another 1-2 punch. I think Jadon Blue's got to get some time. I think he'll be okay after some time. But I want to see Malik Davis. We've seen Malik Davis in preseason and seen him running the ball. I want to see how he run the ball with this offensive line in the game. Have him active on day one. Put him in the game, and let me see what Malik Davis can do to spell Javonte Williams. Because, yes, I'm loving what Javonte Williams is doing right now, but what I'm afraid of is overusing him. Because we got some tough games coming down the pike. And I want to make sure that when we get to the latter part of this schedule, that we are still playing at a high level. Dak Prescott's doing this thing. I saw he had his left hand wrapped up after the game. I hope that does nothing. I know that's not his throwing hand, but you still need everything to play football. Like, I don't want nothing on him messed up. I know it kind of scared some fans, but they said that it was swelling. He probably hit his hand on somebody's helmet or their face mask or something in the game. Who knows? It was probably on that play where the dude snatched him around the neck and took his helmet off. It was probably on that play when he hurt his hand. But, like, you know, when you're playing a sport, you don't always remember when things happen to you because your adrenaline is pumping, so you don't feel it. You don't feel it till after the game. You done took off your stuff. You done took a shower. You done put your clothes back on. You're like, damn, that hurt. What's that? What happened? And then that what happened is end up being something, and you're like, oh, Lord, here we go with this. Now, you look at this game. Deron Bland had his first pick six in a while. It's been a little drought. Welcome back to pick six. You know what? And I think the last pick six he had was against Washington too. He loved pick six at Washington, don't he? Washington need to stop throwing the ball his way because they don't learn, do they? And I know it wasn't Jaden Daniels that threw it. It was Marcus Mariota, but still, they apply pressure. Shout out to Jadeveon Clowney for coming in there. 5 tackles in the game. He had a sack, two passes knocked down, and that fumble recovery. Shout out to Jadeveon. They talked to Jadeveon after the game, and he basically was saying that he's finally got his wheels up under him. The game is slowing down for him, and that's what I kept telling fans. Fans were like, the first week he was here, he was like, oh, Jadeveon ain't doing nothing. Blase, they got this guy, he's washed. And I'm just like, look, if you ever played the game of football or any sport in general, well, you don't play it for a minute. And he didn't go to training camp. They got him off the couch. He wasn't in nobody's summer program. So he wasn't practicing football. So he needed a couple of weeks to get back into the groove. It takes time. He was rusty, and that's what I said. This whole Trayvon Diggs crap, I don't know. It's weird. I don't know what they're gonna do. I know a lot of people kept asking me, E2, are we gonna trade him? I don't know. But the way that it's moving, it really sounds a bit fishy. It sounds like he want to get rid of himself and they want to get rid of him too. That's what it sounds like. Because you don't put your house on for sale. And apparently he had his house for sale since the off season, since before the season started. So I don't know. I don't know. And then all of a sudden you get this mysterious concussion at home. What the hell was you doing in the house that you got a concussion? I don't even want to know. Because the things that pop in my head is just like, I don't even want to know what you was doing to get that concussion. I don't even want to know, dog. I don't even want to know. Tom Brady was excited for Dak Prescott and was talking to him and was like, praising him for, all of his accomplishments and everything he's done this season. I told people that Dak is going to flourish. You give him a run game and you give him another weapon on that outside, he's going to be fine. Brian Schottenheimer knew what it took because he already knew Dak, and us fans knew it too. It's just that, you can't have stubborn-ass coordinators and coaches, because when you have stubborn coordinators and coaches, they're not going to change things. They're just going to do what they know, and that's it, and that sucks. So shout out to Schottenheimer for being the guy he is and for having that locker room and putting them together. Even when things got meek, when the defense wasn't doing their part. Keeping them together so they didn't fall apart. Shout out to Shotty, man. I think he's the coach. I think he is. And I know this is his first year, his evaluation year. And if this is the level where he's at now, it can only go up from here. I like Shotty. I liked him from beginning. I know a lot of people were skeptical about his hire. I wasn't. I was like, good stuff. Now, did Jerry really want to hire him, or was that was that where he was at? Probably not. But guess what? This is where we at, and that's what happened. And he's here. So, and still here, and now the head coach. So it was a great hire. I mean, everybody wanted Aaron Glenn. You wanted Aaron Glenn. 0-7 with them Jets. I don't know what to tell you. But anyway, so things happen for a reason, right? And I know people didn't like Eberflus either. But I still need to see more. I know that DeMarvion Overshown is close to coming back. He's actually going to be practicing soon. So his 21-day window is starting. That's some good news. So if this defense is starting to turn things around and Eberflus finally making changes and doing more man coverage to suit the guys that we have on this team, shout out to Bridges, Tyrese Bridges. He played well in place of Trayvon Diggs. Number 25, he played well in this game. And he didn't get no credit. Nobody said anything about it, but he played well. I like him and Reddy Stewart. I like number 27. I like both of those guys. The light-skinned one with the dreads, if y'all don't know who he is. Reddy Stewart. I like both Bridges and Stewart. I know people were like, well, how they just come over here and they're not bad. They're not world beaters, but they're not bad players. I think that when you get Overshown back, and I don't know, maybe after the season, in the draft we get some young talent, and then we get to finally see Siobhan Revel. Not this year. I don't want to see Siobhan Revel this year. I want Siobhan to redshirt for the rest of the year, just learn and just watch, and come back strong in next off season, because I don't want to throw him in the fire in this game or this season, him being a rookie, and then we're looking at him like, look, he a bust. No, you don't do your players like that. Let them get a chance to get their feet up under them, and that's it. Like I said, BTA all day this game, belt the ass. It was belt the ass from the beginning to the end. I know that they were without McLaurin. I know they were without. I know they were without Scary Terry. I know they were without Deebo Samuel. But Deebo always hurt, so it don't matter. No matter what team he is, San Francisco, Washington, he always hurt. He always hurt. So it is what it is. Now, I don't want nobody to say, oh, y'all beat them because they got injured. Nobody said that when Dallas Cowboys was decimated with injuries last year. Nobody said, oh, y'all beat the lowly Dallas Cowboys. No, that was everybody's Super Bowl to beat us. So I don't want to hear the shit. So if you're going to say this, then the narrative got to be the same on this side. That's all I'm saying. You can't utilize things just to change to your narrative. It don't work that way. But anyway, like I said, Dallas Cowboys get the win 44-22. Dallas Cowboys are now 3-1. Oh, I hate that tie. But it is what it is. The Giants lost yesterday, but the Eagles won. And the Eagles are now 5-2, and I'm just like, got to beat the top dog, right? Got to get the top dog. But let me know what you guys think about the game last night. DeRon Bland making history with that pick six. I think has the most pick sixes in Cowboy history now. I think so. So shout out to him. Shout out to Devontae Adams for beasting out Dak Prescott, this whole offense. And like I said, shout out to some of the guys on defense. As a Raku out there sacking, Odigizua, Jadeveon Clowney playing well, and let's keep it up. Keep it up. I said in my I said in my pregame video, wrap them up, apply pressure, get to the quarterback, contain. That's it. Like, share, subscribe to the channel, man. It's your boy E2 Blue, always keeping it real. Y'all have a great Monday. Peace out.